Check, hey, 1, 2. About to get started. Have a mixing session for this evening. It's for a track I was working on early this week. And it's just time to get it all sounding good. Let's run it back and see where we're at, and get started mixing this thing. I'm not really sure what genre you put this in perfectly because it kind of crosses a few genres. Definitely has my Tesseract influence in there, mixed with just some electronic. At a pretty good static level already, and just need to start carving out some EQs, compress, pan, things like that. Okay, so let's just start at the top here. And I'll usually just cycle this for a minute. Go instrument, instrument, instrument. Instrument by instrument. Get that delay on my voice now. A lot of things I'll use Pro Q4 on, but if it's just like something that's gonna be like high pass or low pass, I'll probably just keep the Logic EQ on there because it's simpler and it works just the same for basic EQing. Something like this, I might take a widener, shave off the lows, and just widen a little bit. Stuff like this, you don't want to poke through the mix too much. Curious why to start this over here. For that reason, because it doesn't sound good. Clean up some of these frequencies we don't need. A lot going on here that I want to tame up. Do it this way. We have a lot of stuff in the high end going on this too, so we're gonna take everything out of the low and highs that we just don't need and on some of these synths. What this is? Ooh, where'd it go? I've had this issue recently where some just channels don't output for whatever reason. And if like you change, like duplicate it and change the channel, it typically works sometimes. Not even now. That's really weird. I'm not sure what that is. Really peculiar. Really odd. Almost want to try to like pan this, do some weird pan things. Just see what happens. Just gives it a little movement and not so static. Like I did a little pre-mixing on this one. There's some nasty frequencies right here, though. You don't want to cut too much and degrade what you're doing, but sometimes these things can build up. Cut it a little bit. Now let's check this effects track, which I think is Omnisphere. Go to where there's actually peculiar. I don't even remember doing that. I might end up cutting that. It sounds really dumb by itself. Once you put it in the mix, it just sits in this little space that gives it a little movement and adds some texture. Man, all by itself is absolutely terrible. Sounds like somebody that couldn't play guitar. Am I gonna stop? Let's compress it. I like using the CLA 3A. It's low on CPU and it just works good. This is like a synthesized version of an electric guitar, if you can't tell from Omnisphere. So that's why it sounds all crazy. Might end up panning this to one side and finding something else that complements it to pan to the other side. Once you start putting too much stuff down the middle, it gets really muddy. And this has got a few tracks. So going on here. So I kind of start with really basic mixing, just compression and EQ for the most part, some spatial panning and things, but the first pass I try to keep things pretty simple so you can hear what it's going to sound like in a general mix, and then you can do all the little fun things with delay throws and reverb and things like that. Yeah, and this is one of those instances I'll probably just use the stock EQ. Cut down everything down there. Boost the highs just a little bit. I don't boost much with the first EQ. I typically just subtractive EQ on it, but occasionally if it's just something that's simple, that's not going to require much else, I'll just do it there. Drop a comment if you like Tesseract. I pretty much ripped that tone and riff right from Tesseract. I didn't even realize I did until I did it. But thanks, dudes. And so this one, you could go a little bit farther. It takes something like... the MV2 is kind of nice because it'll squash the low end and the high end and kind of even it out and just make these things a little beefier. See, already. Now let's try this guy. Should do a better job of labeling things. Sometimes I do, but I get in a rush and forget to. So I've already done an EQ pass on this. This one needs, I think, some reverb. Sometimes I'll send these. It just really depends on what we're trying to do. The end here, it's really just a huge wall of sound. It's kind of the idea. Oh, and this one actually isn't bounced, surprisingly. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now we got audio to work with. It's a huge reverb tail. There's our top end. Ooh, super fizzy. Don't remove all that top end fizz from that. It kind of gets in the way of the guitars that we have that we're about to mix down below. Way too much fizz. This is an easy one. Literally low pass everything. It doesn't sound like there's anything down here, but if you really like boosted it, you start, there's the low energy just kind of builds up down there. Let's get rid of that. We don't even need to boost that any. Okay. Mellow Rhodes type synth. Get the low end gone. All the top end. Really kind of more of a lo-fi type instrument. I don't think any one of these sounds you're going to hear in context over another, besides like maybe the guitars. How to design. Like I already added max bass. Then I would take the EQ and just roll everything out the top. And maybe even a slow or a small cut, like between 40 and 50 hertz. That's fundamental frequencies there. This is very similar to the instrument we had up top. So in that case, that's a good idea to maybe pan these. Not hard pan them. Where was that? Right there. Make some space in the mix. More interesting. We'll also come through here and automate some of the ARPs and things. Some of them are already done, but just keeps it less static. I already have a few places I know where I want to do that at. Once you start mixing in, and if you just do a pass of all subtractive EQs, you'll realize really quickly that by the end of it, your mix cleans up so much just from removing frequencies. Really dig that crackly sound. Kind of even goes out of tune a little bit, which is kind of okay. Sometimes within reason, that's okay. I think this is just another version of the same patch that we just EQ'd a second ago. Super simple right now. Let's see, go down here. Oh, there's so many synths. It's like I've already done some work to this, but we could probably shove off some more bass. It's already got a nice stereo spread to it. This is also one of the ones I'm probably going to automate here shortly as well. Oh, let's not bounce. Do that. Hey, if you join the stream, say what's up in the chat. Actually, I'm going to nix the CQ for the Pro Key 4 on this one. It's definitely easier to carve out frequencies with the Pro Key versus the Logic stock one. Ooh, that guy's nasty. There's a lot of top end we just need to lose there too. Just get rid of that really digital hiss. A little bit. This is like the most peculiar guitar riff I think that's in here that standalone you're like, yeah, why would you ever put this in there? But it works in the context of the mix. I know it's like I already mixed that too, but there's still some things going on I think I want to change directly on the Neural DSP plugin. Bass is getting kind of muddy on that one. It's a little bit better. That one should be almost barely audible in the mix. It's kind of just giving it a little energy. And let's see what we have. I think it's the lead. Maybe. Record anything there. Maybe not. Oh, there's the lead. I've already dealt with two. Put a delay on the front end. See what we can do. Gonna make it a little too muddy. Not even sure how I did that. Yeah, I'm not even sure what I recorded that with. I think it might have been Neural DSP Rebea, if I had to guess. Listen. Let's see where we're at now. So we got most of the synths taken care of. We have some more guitars to work through. Drums. Vocals are probably about done. Sometimes what I'll do when I have these that are hard pan both ways, double tracked, sometimes for this type of music, double tracking doesn't sit so well in the mix if both are equally gained in the mix. So I'll like throw the left side or the right side off a little bit hotter than the other, just to kind of draw your attention that way. So we have the left side just a little bit hotter. If you took the right side off, though, it would sound really weird and kind of get lopsided. And there's a place and time for that, but for this type of track, I don't think it's gonna work. The delay before it kind of gives you a little more like shoegazy type feel with those distorted leads. may need even to play with the snares a little bit. I actually have like 3 snares on right now. There's this one, and there's this one, up, and then some more kind of natural. Maybe I took the snares out of that and just left the kicks. No, I left the snares. Weird. I don't know why that way firing. Odd. Where did snares go? Oh, it's there. Let's compress that snare a little bit. It could be a lot beefier. That's already better. Alright, so let's run it back and see where we're at just with kind of some basic EQing and compression. Welcome if you just joined the stream. That got panned, and that's not, or maybe I did put a pan man on it. This lead a little bit off to the right to kind of offset the rhythm that's going harder on the left. Let's see what we do with it, what that does. Need to clean up that lead guitar tail. Sounds like it trails off a little weird. Let's just go ahead and flatten these. A little fade on there and just fade this out. Let me do that. There we go. Cool. Well, I think that's going to call it for this evening. Thanks for stopping by. Just had a quick session before I have to get to some other work and write some new tracks for a film that I've been working on for a couple of weeks. So if you made it this long, I appreciate it. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.